Hey, everybody, it's Bill at LeaderGov. Hope you had a great weekend and that you have a good week coming up. This month, the month of August for Leadership by Action for this training program, the topic is collaboration. How can we as leaders collaborate better and collaborate more often with our teams and with our peers? And this week's topic is on this idea of leaders being curious, wanting to know why, wanting to ask questions to get the most out of their team members and basically be curious. I remember early in my career, I had a manager who gave me a project, and it took me a couple of months to do. I made some mistakes along the way. It was kind of rough. And at the end of the project, what I was expecting him to do was to give me his list of 3 or 4 things he wanted me to do differently on the next project. But he didn't do that. Instead he said, "Hey, Bill, I'm curious. You just finished this project. It's fresh on your mind. What did you learn? What are your takeaways? And if you had to do the meeting again, if you had to do the project again, what would you do differently?" Well, there it was. There was my boss asking questions, being curious, and really forcing me to think creatively and to think critically. In fact, one of the benefits to this idea of curiosity for your team is that it teaches your employees to think critically. It also improves participation and builds trust. When you ask your team members their opinions, when you want to know what they think, and then you listen, it builds a tremendous amount of trust. In your Leadership by Action playbook for this week on page 101 are some best practices as it relates to this idea of asking questions. Good leaders ask questions. So here are a couple of ideas. Number one, be clear and concise when you ask a question. Know what it is you're trying to get from the person and ask them. Be sure you ask open-ended questions. Tell me more about that. Where'd you come up with that idea? Can you share with me a little bit of your thinking on that idea? These are sort of open-ended questions, as opposed to should it be gray or blue? That's kind of a leading question. We don't want to lead people with our questions. And then, of course, be respectful. When they do speak up, listen, take notes, maybe include some of their thoughts in your actual decision. But the benefits of curiosity and asking questions are tremendous. This idea of collaboration always gets you a better output, a better solution at the end of the day. There's a quote, which I'll paraphrase, which basically says, "Clever people know how to answer questions really well. Wise people know how to ask questions really well." So we want to encourage you to be wise this week. A couple of other just small things. Don't forget, in your playbook on Thursday, every Thursday, we have a QR code. You can click on this to get additional resources around curiosity. And then Friday, of course, we have a number of questions that we ask you in the playbook so that you can make notes and have a really meaningful one-on-one conversation with your manager sometime in the next few weeks. Please register for the collaboration workshop, which will be at the end of August. And if there's anything we can do for you, please let us know. We care for you and we want the best for you. And we hope you have a great, great day. Take care.